Decor Design International Seminar Series. Today I'm with Edwards Moore, the duo from Melbourne. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, very well. So the secret to your success is really in the collaboration. Yes, you were talking today about the process of the two of you working together and this creative partnership. Can you explain the process of how you work together and why you think it's been so successful for you?
Oh, we just did an hour, 10 minutes. It's quite hard to summarise. I suppose the main thing is that we enjoy what we're doing, and I think we always come back to that, is that you have to be enjoying whatever the process is, and it changes all the time. You've got to be enjoying it, because if you're enjoying it, the work comes out of it's good. And so, you know, sometimes you find yourself heading off in a direction that's a bit like, you know, pulling out your own teeth. You have to stop and sort of reverse. I suppose being able to throw something out and start again is kind of
bounce.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's important is to have an open mind, and whatever either of us says or does, it's that thing of, well, let's see how it goes, rather than being too dismissive. I think we're always open to trying things out, which sometimes can get a bit edgy, but you know, that type of thing. And also listening to each other when we're working, and actually it isn't about the singular, it's about the idea of two great minds making something good.
Because it does seem like you both have a lot of fun together. You're always laughing, like now throughout the presentation. You know, is there a lot of humour? Is that quite important to your work as well? Because it seems quite intense.
Ben has these cheese jokes.
I have the best repertoire of jokes, which is an ongoing sort of project as well.
No, we you know, it's very important, I think, that we have socially get along as well, so that you can sort of, you don't just go to work and then like it's sort of, there's no at work, not at work.
I think there's a danger sometimes in the design sort of world, is people is serious, but you don't necessarily need to take yourself too seriously sometimes. I think we are just designers, you know, and I think it's important to be a little bit humble as well. So to be able to have a laugh at yourself every now and again, I think it's really healthy.
Absolutely. You're architects by trade, but you've moved into a lot of different design spaces, from music, set design, you know, exhibitions, you know, fashion, retail. Why did you move into these other areas, and why is it important to you work at Edwards more as projects rather than architects?
Well, I suppose that's why we didn't call ourselves architects, because we believe design is, you know, is everything in terms of, you know, the experience of space or objects, or, you know, so it's just natural. We don't say, oh, we're not doing that because that's not a building, because
it's also really interesting. We're just genuinely interested in those things.
And it's fun.
And it's learning. We don't necessarily know everything about it, but through doing and through the process of finding out, then you kind of get to learn about it.
Who doesn't want to do a music video clip or go to a music concert and be backstage, like hanging out, seeing how it all works? Because I mean, I'm sure the novelty would wear off if it was a job full time, but to be able to get an insight, and those insights are what help you design your future projects, because you then understand better what actually happens and how it goes together, rather than having some preconceived thing of it all being perfect, which in reality it isn't ever.
And you just returned from a trip to the Biennale. How was that experience, and what sort of
things fantastic. It was. Well, I mean, it's just good to see yourself out of your local context. Melbourne is a great place, but it's also a little island in the middle of nowhere. So to be able to go somewhere and be like in an environment like, say, this here today, surrounded by architects and designers and people from all over the world, even just what they're wearing, it's mind blowing. Like,
there are some really Chamonix suits.
Some really amazing.
So I'm updating my wardrobe.
Based on the Biennale, that was the main takeaway point. But also just to sort of, you know, see what the other countries are doing and
put it in perspective. I think, you know, obviously Australia is one place, but then there's things happening, you know, that are mind blowing that you need to go and see. And it's a place where it's all in one place. Lots of other people doing stuff, meeting new people, and hopefully making some new friends.
Get started again.
It gives you that sort of excitement, which you need, because when you work in a creative industry, if you don't escape it, it can be quite, you know, draining. You need to, and then you're no good at what you do, so you need to sort of have that little excitement built somehow.
Because that's why people come to you, why clients come to you.
And I mean, sometimes it could just be as simple as going to the pub and not coming back for the rest of the day because you just needed to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
escape the mundane of
being an alcoholic,
the walls of the office.
So have your best ideas over a few beers.
I reckon. Great, thank you so much for your time.
No problem, thanks.